Hey everyone, Dennis K here and
Stephanie,
the beautiful Stephanie K. So we're here today talking to you about Belize and beyond.
what is beyond?
Well, you notice sometimes in my video descriptions, I'll sign off Dennis and Stephanie K in Belize and beyond. Because Belize can often be a stepping stone to some fantastic exploration, not only in Belize and in Central America, but even extending that around the world. So, where might a person start, Steph?
Well, where we would start, a lot of times, you don't think of it when you're deciding to purchase on Ambergris Key or rent or go there because you think, oh, the island's amazing. I'm going to love it. Of course you will, but it will become home. And you do need to get away from home every now and again and try something new. Even if it's like the things that we like to get away from on the island, like McDonald's and all of the big, huge malls and things like that. Every once in a while, you need a Big Mac and a chocolate shake, and so you can just go up to Cheddar Mall and go for a day of shopping. You could go to Cancun. You can go. We would go to Playa del Carmen and get some great Mexican food, and even Guatemala. There's a lot of amazing Central America to enjoy and discover.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for instance, when you guys email me, you might be most interested in buying property, investing in property, and investing in your own vacation retirement home on Ambergris Key. But that's just going to be one aspect of your life in Belize. From there, as a base, like Steph said, you can easily take the bus up to Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cancun. You can go into the jungles of Belize in the San Ignacio area. You can go down to El Salvador, to
We
Honduras,
did.
so many places around Central America to explore, but also you can use Belize then as a stepping stone to world travel. So, how did we do that stuff? When did we start to travel the world while living in Belize?
Well, I always have crazy dreams. That's how we ended up in Belize in the first place. I'm sure some of you guys have the same crazy dreams that I did. And although I love Belize, my fibromyalgia and other medical conditions made the heat sometimes unbearable for me. So I ended up being stuck in the apartment, the condo, all the time in the air conditioning. And I wanted to find a doctor that could help me with my symptoms. And there's no cure for what I have right now, but I'm just trying to manage it. So we ended up going on vacation to France. And I just loved France, no specific reason. I just thought it was kind of cool. And so he was like, oh, we can go for a month to Paris. Why don't we go for 2 months? So I was like, well, while we're there, why don't I check out, what they had for medical here? And I looked and found a world famous rheumatologist. And I thought, well, I'll check him out. And he got me in. And I've had amazing doctors here, which have been able to help me. And then it used to be funny because we used to do 10 months in Belize and 2 months in France. And
Yeah, yeah,
now it
yeah.
looks like we
So,
probably do maybe 2 months in Belize and 10 months in France, or, even more and more as it goes on, as my condition gets better.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the hope.
Absolutely. So here, the reason I wanted to tell you guys that story is because we do spend more time now in Europe, so we split our time between Europe and Belize. But what we discovered is when we were living on Ambergris Key, if we booked, let's say, a 1 or 2 week vacation somewhere in Europe, let's say we went to Rome for 2 weeks or Prague or somewhere else in the world, that 2 week vacation ended up being pretty expensive. By the time you bought your flights, you booked your hotels, getting on and off the island and everything. And what we found is if you extend that 2 weeks to 2 months, you can actually go somewhere for 2 months for almost the same price as you would pay for a 2 week vacation. And so, what you might consider doing, especially if you're going to be buying property in a area that's desirable on Ambergris Key, for instance, a secret beach area or somewhere else where you could build a home and then rent that home for the month or 2 or 3 that you want to be off island. Rent that out long term. Just find a single renter, rent it to them for 1 or 2 or 3 months, and then with that rental income and some of your other savings, uh, go to Europe for 2 or 3 months,
Or back
or
to the States and see
yeah,
your grandkids.
exactly, exactly. Or you could go to Bali or explore somewhere else in the world. You can go to Thailand. So these
I
countries
want to go to
that
Thailand.
I know you do. I know. So the thing is, there's so many countries in the world that once you get there, yes, your flights getting there might be a little expensive, But then, if you're there for 1 or 2 months, the cost of that flight becomes insignificant. Some of these countries are so cheap. Once you're there, the food cost, your lodging cost. So you guys could invest in Belize property, have your home there, your vacation home, your retirement home, your dream home, but then use that as a basis to travel the world.
And think about that when you're building or when you're buying. A lot of places have a lock off room or box or a little closet. So if you have a few little things that are sentimental to you that you don't want, I mean, we're in an Airbnb right now, it's anniversary month. And so they have all of their wonderful paintings and beautiful things, but I'm sure they have a little area where their own things are. So you can put that in your plans and it works out well for everyone.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. All right, guys, we're going to end this video here, but listen, we are making plans to spend a lot more time in Belize coming up. We're here real soon. We just had a wonderful trip there in January, and we're looking at flights right now to come back. We're going to see as many of you as possible, and we're looking forward to catching up and working with a lot more of you guys here in the future. All right, so take care, and we hope to see you in Belize soon.
Bye.